What's up, guys? This series is going to go through each position group to break down some players that I believe are primed for a breakout season in 2018 and what has to happen to raise them into a household name status. Predicting players is one of my favorite things to do every year. Obviously, nobody's batting 100% on these lists in the past, but if I can get a pass on players that were plagued with injuries, I like to think that I've done pretty well. Except for the Paul Perkins pick last year. That dude just sucks. Quarterback is a tough position to break out, so there's only 4 guys on the list today. You guys can really help me out by typing the name of a player you predict is going to have a breakout season in 2018 in the comments below, and you might get a shout out for your contribution. Before we get started, I'm pretty excited to show you guys this awesome draft board that was brought to my attention from the guys at Fantasy Bros. I was actually planning on diving into the live draft scene this year with a new league of friends, so this is perfect timing to get a reusable draft board like this one. Shout out to the guys at Fantasy Bros for hooking me up with this to show you guys. The fantasy board comes with 26 pages of labels, which are all nice and wide and colorful, so if you're having your live draft in a big room, everybody will be able to see the names clearly from a distance. And you can order new labels each season, so you don't have to buy a new board every year. I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to check those out. First on the list is Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes. The Chiefs are setting up Patrick Mahomes for a breakout sophomore season. And I know I'm not the only one that's pretty hyped on Mahomes' instant impact.
Number 1 for me! There he is! Patty, baby! Bring it home! Wait for the Pat Mahomes era to start.
He had his year to sit behind an intelligent, conservative vet, got some much-needed game experience, and now has a ton of weapons to take full advantage of that cannon of an arm. The Chiefs' offensive line hasn't necessarily been a strength as of late, but they could have their best unit of the past few years in 2018, and Mahomes' mobility should help. If Mahomes doesn't have a breakout 2018 season, the only person he has to blame is himself because everything is in place for him to succeed. The only reservation I have with Mahomes as a QB1 in fantasy is that early schedule is brutal. He plays at the Chargers, at the Steelers, then versus the 49ers, then at the Broncos, then versus the Jaguars, and then at the Patriots. He might be an ideal option to let someone else reach on him in the draft and then offer a low ball trade after a few weeks if he falters. Next up on the list is Bears quarterback Mitch Trubisky. The Bears might have won the NFL offseason for their additions via the draft and, more importantly for Mitch Trubisky, the offensive moves they made in free agency. The Bears added a legit number 1 wide receiver, another athletic receiving tight end, and an explosive slot receiver via free agency. The Bears also went out and got an offensive head coach in Matt Nagy, who stems from the QB-friendly Andy Reid coaching tree. Now it's on Mitch Trubisky to take the next step in his development as a passer. I wasn't a huge Mitch Trubisky fan coming out of North Carolina, and his rookie season was underwhelming, but Allen Robinson is going to make Trubisky look like an NFL stud, similarly to the way he did with Christian Hackenberg at Penn State. On top of that, the biggest move for the Bears might be addition by subtraction by letting go of John Fox. He's got the same impact on an offense as Jeff Fisher, and the training wheels should be coming off for the Bears in 2018. Next on the list, I've got 49ers quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo. 49ers new quarterback has not lost an NFL game yet.
Undefeated, never lost.
And it'll be interesting to see how he fares over the course of a full 16-game NFL schedule. Now the defenses have a half season of film on him, don't expect him to go undefeated in 2018, but his actual stats could see an improvement if the winning percentage drops off. The weapons at Garoppolo's disposal are not that impressive on paper, but good quarterbacks make their receivers look better, and never doubt Kyle Shanahan's genius. The 49ers could have one of the more balanced offenses in the NFL this year, but a tough early schedule could have people bailing on Jimmy G early on. And finally, my favorite quarterback on this list is Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. I don't think I've ever seen a 7-game stretch from any quarterback ever like we saw from Deshaun Watson in his rookie season. He was the distraction that we all needed from all of the anthem debates when some of us just wanted to enjoy some football. And then he has the most random ACL tear imaginable in practice. It was devastating. He was on pace to destroy veteran passing records, let alone the rookie ones. While advances have been made in the last decade for ACL recovery, there's still a little bit of question if Watson will be able to return to the same level he left at. He's one of those guys that isn't perfect with the mechanics, so hopefully he's able to bounce back quickly and play loose and free with it like he did last year for 16 games this year. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Stay tuned for the running backs video that should be coming out within the next week. Make sure you hit like and make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification so you're notified when the running back video comes out, and I will see you guys in the next video.